This question's in from Lynn. There's been a lot of discussion about the possibility of deflation because of the lack of velocity of money that the Fed and Treasury are putting into the economy. Do you think there is a greater possibility of deflation or inflation, and how does this impact the price of gold?
The Fed is in the box and they can't get out. They're trying to draw $1.5 trillion out of the economy. They got the banks and other lenders to pay back the TARP money fairly quickly. Let's say by June, maybe by March. Now, if they're successful in doing that, that's fine. They want to retire the money. The problem is the administration just said that they want the money to lend it to small businesses and individuals because banks aren't lending. And they also want to use part of the money for stimulus again. The Treasury wants money from the Fed so the Fed will buy more Treasury and agency paper. So if you get $700 billion and the Fed takes over $200 billion and the administration takes $500 billion, you haven't taken any money out of circulation. As a matter of fact, it's all monetizing, very inflationary. Answer the question, plenty of inflation between here and the end of next year because they just can't withdraw it from the system. And I think if there's enough pressure, banks will start lending. The bank balance sheet starting around April the 15th, when the first quarter results come out, are going to be like a Freddy Krueger nightmare. All of the financials are going to do dreadful next year. And that's going to be reflected in the market and in bonds. And if you noticed yesterday, the 30-year auction was very sloppy. They couldn't hold their bids. And the 10-year rate and the 30-year rate rose about 5 or 6 basis points. And that doesn't usually happen because the Fed is in there holding the market to guarantee the dealers, the 21 dealers, a profit, which is a screw job for the public, but they don't care. And so there's pressure on interest rates, and there will be pressure all the way through next year. And late next year, I think interest rates might start moving upward, or they might move up slowly.
Didn't the 10-year go to like 3.5 or something today?
I didn't see the close on it. Let me see what yesterday's close was.
I thought Yeah, 3.55 was the yield today on that 10-year.
Okay, yesterday was 3.48.
Yeah, 3.55 today.
You know, actually, I just got the prices of the spot market for gold and silver. They held in pretty well to 12:30, and then the attack began.
Yep.
And I don't have the February close yet. I'll get that after we're off the air. I only can do so many things. I was on another program for an hour, and they held me over for 2 hours. I don't know where this is all going to end.
This question came in from Jeffrey. You touched on it in the beginning of the program, but shortwave, and sometimes it doesn't come in very well. And it's about spot gold, how it went down a little bit today. And he wants to know how far do you expect it to drop before it finds a bottom? And is the drop due to short covering by big investors?
No. If they were short covering, the price would stabilize and go up. So that's not the reason. What's going on is that our government is attempting to keep the price down. And they're going to do that as hard as they can, whatever they can. And if you notice, it only lasts for 2 or 3 days, and gold goes back up again. It'll look like it's going to go back up again, and now they've hit it again. And, you know, you've got 308,000 net short contracts, and most of them in the United States government. And normally there's 95,000 net short contracts. That's triple. And if gold keeps on going up, the losses are going to be phenomenal, in the hundreds of billions of dollars. And so they continue to try to keep it down by shorting more. And they're naked. And that's why you're seeing the action like you saw today. They use any excuse to hit the market. Well, there's not going to be an awful lot of good news coming. And in January, when we see the final figures for Christmas, they may be up anywhere between 0.5% and 1% and 1.5% at best. But then again, you can't trust the figures. So we'll have to see a number of figures before we decide which is the right one. But that's my guess. And so far, they're only up 0.5% or 1%, and most of the companies are giving the stuff away. I mean, they're not making a 30% markup. They're making a 3% markup, you know, like a grocery store. And so their bottom lines are going to be horrible, but at least they get rid of their inventory if they sell something for $10 instead of $30.
Rob wants to know why there was a little bit of strength in platinum and palladium.
I can't tell you. I don't know. And I just don't have an answer for that.
The only thing I could say, they came out with that report today that China sold more, I don't know, did they make more cars than GM or sold more cars than GM the first time ever? They passed GM on a worldwide basis or something like that. Since platinum and palladium are used for catalytic converters, perhaps that, you know, moved some people to thinking that China has so many more people to purchase automobiles that might have.
Well, they've also made the ability to buy on time very easy. And, you know, they just put $1.8 trillion into the economy. Mm-hmm. It's still sloshing around.
And there was one more quick question. This came in. It was about a coin, and he wanted to know why the coin was a lot lower. It was a penny. It was an AU 55 1-cent penny. The value dropped from 35 to like 7 because there was no buyers for it, and that's why you want to stay with generic $20 gold piece. Give us a call, 800-375-4188. We'll be back on Monday. Keep safe, folks. Have a great weekend, and God bless. Thank you, Bob.
And thank you, and thank everybody for listening. And listen to Judge Norrie when I'm on Wednesday and comment on it.